Understanding matter. Learning about mixtures. Mixtures. Activity. Prepare delicious meal for your friends. Hey students, what all the things do you put in? You may be adding puffed rice, that is kurmara, chopped tomato, chopped onion, chopped coriander leaves, boiled and mashed potato, chopped green chili, chopped ginger, tamarind chutney, save or lemon, that is nimbu juice. What happens to the taste of the individual ingredients? The taste of the individual ingredients cannot be determined. A mixed taste is there in bhel, which every one of us enjoy. A mixture is a substance which is obtained by mixing two or more substances in any proportion. Activity. Take a crucible from the laboratory. Put iron fillings and sulfur powder into the crucible. Mix it properly. Hold the magnet over the mixture. So students, what do you observe? The constituents of a mixture retain their original properties. The mixture can further subdivided into similar substances by simple physical processes like holding the magnet, hand-picking, etc. In a mixture, the constituents are not in a fixed proportion. When two or more metals or a metal and a non-metal are fused together, then it is an alloy. Stainless steel is an alloy of iron, carbon, chromium, and nickel. Carbon gives hardness to the mixture. Chromium and nickel give a silvery look to the mixture. In air, there are mainly nitrogen and oxygen along with other gases. These gases retain their original properties. They do not chemically combine with each other on their own. Air is a mixture. You are provided with a mixture of sand, iron fillings, and salt. You are told to separate these materials. So students, how do you carry out this separation? Activity. Let us perform a small activity to separate mixture of sand, iron fillings, and salt. First, let us take the mixture in a dish. With the help of magnet, we will separate iron fillings from the mixture. Let us collect the iron fillings in a bowl. So students, how will you separate a mixture of sand and salt? Take a mixture of sand and salt. Keep this mixture in a beaker and add some water to this. Leave the beaker aside for some time. We see the sand settling down at the bottom. The sand can be separated by decantation or filtration. So students, what does the decanted liquid contain? This water contains the salt which was there in the mixture at the beginning. Now, we need to separate salt and water from the decanted liquid. Transfer this liquid to a kettle and close its lid. Heat the kettle for some time. We see steam coming out from the spout of the kettle. Take a metal plate with some ice on it. Hold the plate just above the spot of the kettle. Let all the water in the kettle boil off. When the steam comes in contact with the metal plate, cool with ice. It condenses and forms liquid water. The water drops that you observe falling from the plate were due to condensation of steam. The process of conversion of water vapor into its liquid form is called as condensation. After all the water had evaporated, salt is left in the kettle. We have thus separated salt, sand and water using the processes of decantation, filtration, evaporation and condensation. Types of mixtures. Take three containers, name them A, B and C. Add half teaspoon KMnO4 in 100 meter water. Add half teaspoon of KMnO4 in 100 milliliter water in A container. Add half teaspoon of KMnO4 and half teaspoon salt in B container. Add half teaspoon oil and 100 milliliter water in C container. Mix the given substances. Record its observations. Is the mixture uniform throughout? Mixture is uniform throughout in container A and B. Which container has obtained a uniform mixture? Container A and B has obtained a uniform mixture. Which group has obtained a non-uniform mixture? Group C has obtained a non-uniform mixture. The constituents of a homogeneous mixture are uniformly mixed throughout the mixture. The properties and composition of a homogeneous mixture are the same throughout the mixture. Potassium permanganate solution is a homogeneous mixture. The constituents of a heterogeneous mixture are not uniformly mixed throughout the mixture. The properties and composition of a heterogeneous mixture are not the same throughout the mixture. A mixture of water and oil is heterogeneous in nature. Solution, suspension and colloidal solutions. Activity. Take three beakers, name them as L, P and D. Add half teaspoon of KMnO4 in water and stir properly using glass rod in L beaker. Add chalk powder in water and stir properly using glass rod in P beaker. Add few drops of ink in water and stir properly using glass rod in D beaker. Direct a beam of light from a torch through the beaker containing the mixture and observe from the front. Is the path of beam light visible? The path of beam light is visible through beaker L and D. When we leave the mixtures undisturbed for a few minutes, the mixture became stable in beaker L and D. Is there any residue on the filter paper? Filter the mixture from beaker P. We find residue of chalk powder on the filter paper. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Lemonade, soda water are some of the examples of solutions. Lemonade or sodas taste the same throughout. It indicates that there is homogeneity at the particle level. The particles of sugar or salt are spread uniformly in the solutions. There are solid solutions, that is, oils, and gaseous solutions also. The particles in a solution are of very small size. They do not scatter a beam of light passing through it. Types of solution.
And their examples.
Gas in liquid, oxygen in water, liquid in liquid. Alcoholic beverages are basically solutions of ethanol in water. Solid in liquid, sugar and salt in water. Gas in solid, sponge. Liquid in solid, mercury in gold forming an amalgam. Solid in solid. Alloys like steel, bronze, and many others. The substance which dissolves is called as the solute. The substance in which the solute dissolves is solvent. In solution, the proportion of solute is less than that of solvent. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but remain suspended in it. These particles are visible to the naked eye. A colloid is a mixture where the size of the particles is less than the size of particle in a suspension. These particles are spread uniformly throughout the solution. Due to the relatively smaller size of these particles as compared to that of a suspension, this mixture appears to be homogeneous. Milk is commonly found colloidal, which is a mixture of tiny particles of water, protein, fat, milk sugar, and some more natural substances. Milk of magnesia used as a remedy for some digestive disorders. This is another example of colloids. A colloid solution is a heterogeneous mixture. The two components of a colloid are the dispersed phase
And the dispersion medium.
Example, milk. Here, milk is the dispersed phase and water is the dispersion medium. Here, both the dispersed phase and dispersion medium are liquids. We cannot see colloidal particles with naked eyes. These small particles can easily scatter the beam of light. Students, have you seen smoke coming out of the chimney? Here the dispersed phase is carbon particles, that is solid, while air is the dispersion medium, that is gas. The Tyndall effect is caused by scattering of light by very small particles in colloidal solution in a transparent medium. It is often observed from the dust in the air when sunlight comes in through a window or comes down through holes in clouds. It is observed when headlight beams are visible on foggy nights. Separating components of a mixture. You must have seen your mother checking out for stones in rice before cooking it. Heterogeneous mixture can be easily separated by simple means like handpicking, filtration, and other physical means. Evaporation is another technique used for separating mixtures. For some mixtures, one needs techniques like distillation and crystallization to separate them. Fractional distillation is another method where a mixture of liquid is separated into components according to their different boiling points. This method is used to separate components of air. Summary: a mixture is a substance which is obtained by mixing two or more substances in any proportion. Homogeneous mixture is a solution of two or more substances. The constituents of a homogeneous mixture are uniformly mixed throughout the mixture. The constituents of a heterogeneous mixture are not uniformly mixed throughout the mixture. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but remain suspended in it. A colloid is a mixture where the size of the particles is less than the size of particle in a suspension. So, dear students, that is all in this topic. Science is a fun, right? So, till then, keep learning.